Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in today's reading for you. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through the cards that come out in today's reading for you. So the first card we have is the 10 of Cups, and we have some water sign energy with this. You could be dealing with another Cancer, but also a Pisces or a Scorpio. And we have the 5 of Swords in the we have the 3 of Swords in the reverse. And we have the 5 of Cups in the reverse. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles showing up here at the bottom of the deck. This feels like a mutual energy when it comes to being able to have reciprocation in this connection in a way that is actually helping the connection. I do feel like with the 6 of Pentacles showing up over here, this feels like an energy of a partnership between two people who support each other. It feels very equal and it feels very supportive. I do feel like with the 6 of Pentacles showing up over here, this energy feels very giving, but it does feel like actually having a balance in the give and take in your connection. Do you feel like you may be dealing with someone who's quite generous, but in some way that actually that equalizes your connection? It balances things out, how giving this person is. I do feel like with this 10 of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a connection where this person is feeling this connection quite deeply. They are thinking about the long term. They think about having a connection that is the one, and I do feel like they also are wanting a happily ever after in this connection, or they're experiencing this connection in that way with you. But with this 10 of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience a connection that makes them feel comfortable, emotionally safe, and I do feel like there could be also a sense of emotional harmony between the two of you. Do you feel like with the 10 of Cups showing up over here, it feels like on an emotional level, it's like you are there's a sense of resonance between your emotional expressions. But with this 3 of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where you are moving on from something that may have felt like it had a big impact on you, or it could have even felt like at some points it was kind of keeping you stuck. But I do feel like with this 3 of Swords showing up over here, it's like an energy of being able to get back to the person you were before some kind of a disappointment may have happened. Do you feel like with the 3 of Swords in the reverse, this feels like an energy of actually being quite experiencing healing in a way that is also leaving you with a lot of hope for the future and also optimism for what's to come. I do feel like with the 3 of Swords in the reverse, this feels like a lot of strides being made in your healing journey, and I do feel like you are in a space where you're ready to welcome something that is going to align with you much more. But with this 5 of Cups showing up in the reverse, this does also feel like an energy of being in a space where somebody is also moving on from something. I do feel like when it comes to the person you are dealing with, you and this person are kind of on, it's like you're on the same wavelength, because you are also dealing with and kind of dealing with similar situations. I do feel like with this 5 of Cups showing up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of someone who has experienced their fair share of hurts and even betrayals or disappointments. But I do feel like with this card in the reverse, feels hopeful. It feels like an energy of also being in a space where this person is not staying stuck. I do feel like it's an energy of being ready to move on and make room for something new. I do feel like with this 5 of Cups showing up over here, this does also feel like this person being in a space where they are very optimistic for the future of things. There's a lot of hope that is still present. And I do feel like with this 5 of Cups showing up over here, this person may have experienced really difficult things in their past, even possibly depression. But it does feel like an energy of being in a space where it's like they're not staying there, they're not staying down, and they're ready to be able to embrace a future. And there's this sense of hope that this connection is giving to them. So I am going to clarify these cards. So we have the Hierophant, and with the Hierophant we do have some Taurus energy. You could be dealing with a Taurus. We also have the Justice card. With the Justice card we also have some Libra energy. So you could also be dealing with a Libra. And we've got the Page of Cups. At the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Pentacles. So with the Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, this energy feels very, very much like being in a space where there's a lot of fulfillment, especially derived in where things are at or a certain period of your life that you are in right now. I do feel like with this Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, it feels like also a lot of energy going towards focusing on self, but focusing on self in a way that is quite healing, and it feels like also being able to experience a lot of success when it comes to the things that you are focusing on or working on. I also feel like this energy feels quite independent. It does feel like having a sense of purpose when it comes, finding a sense of purpose when it comes to the things you are doing, and even finding a sense of alignment. I do feel like with this Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, this energy feels like being very whole within yourself and feeling that energy. I do get that this energy feels quite independent as well. So it does also feel like a sense of being very comfortable and content within yourself and where things are at on an individual level for yourself. But also get that with this Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, you could also be dealing with a person who is also someone who is quite independent. But I do feel like there's an energy of two whole people coming together and being able to work on something together, especially with the Six of Pentacles showing up over here. I do feel like with the Nine of Pentacles, this energy feels successful, but it does feel like coming to the table with something to offer and having someone who also comes to the table meeting you with that same energy. So with this Hierophant card showing up over here though, this does feel like an energy of a desire for commitment when it comes to this person. I do feel like they take seriously commitment, and I do feel like they do think about the future in a serious way when it comes to how they feel about this connection, how they feel about you. Do you feel like with the Hierophant card showing up over here, it does feel like an energy of also having walked quite a long journey to be able to get to where this person is at, and having learned a lot of lessons through experiences that they have experienced before getting here. So I do feel like this person, when it comes to any offer of commitment from this person, I do feel like it's coming from a sincere place, a genuine place. But with this Justice card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to actually experience, being able to have what may have been a situation that felt like it had got you down, or even felt like it was unfair towards you, being something that you are able to, get that vindication, or be able to see things play out in a way that vindicates you. Especially with the Justice card showing up over here, this does feel like karma also happening in a situation that may have felt very devastating at one point. But with this Justice card showing up over here, it does feel like the scales being balanced out. So I do feel like there is, especially where someone may have felt like they were getting away with something that was wrong or unfair, having that be something that is coming up in a way that is fair to you. I do feel like with this Page of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of having a connection that is actually, I do feel like it's taking roots, and it does feel like there's a strong connection that is genuinely present when it comes to the person you are dealing with. I do feel like with this Page of Cups showing up over here, it feels like feelings being present, but it feels like feelings of infatuation and deeper when it comes to the feelings involved. But I do feel like the person you are dealing with has a lot of admiration towards you. They're very attracted to you, but also feel like there's depth to that attraction. This person has a sense of feeling drawn to you for your connection on a deeper level. Especially with this Page of Cups showing up over here, this energy feels very emotional as well. So it does feel like this person's emotions being involved. So do you feel like this person may be somebody who's quite emotionally available to this connection with you? So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have calling in your soulmate. And we have let your friends help you. And we have make the effort. So with this calling in your soulmate card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to have a connection that feels like it is one that is quite intentional. It does also feel like you and this person also aligning at the right time, or things kind of feeling like it happening within divine timing. I do feel like with this calling in your soulmate card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of dealing with somebody who is open to your connection and even is in a space where it's like they've been looking for it. I do feel like with this let your friends help you card showing up over here, it does feel like having the support of those around you. I do feel like also being able to have a connection that is also when it comes to the people around you, it feels like them also being on board with your connection or rooting for your connection. But I do feel like also with this let your friends help you card showing up over here, it does feel like the person you are dealing with also being someone who it's like they are seeking out counsel or advice regarding what you have or your connection by talking to other people about you and about this connection. But this make the effort card showing up over here. Do you feel like this is pertaining to this Nine of Pentacles showing up over here? It does feel like an energy of being in a space where there is a comfortable energy when it comes to being alone, or even a singlehood, or even a very independent energy. But this make the effort card showing up over here. It does feel like actually being in a connection that is worth trying, that is worth investing in, and that is worth exploring. And I do feel like this person also seeing things like that. I do feel like when it comes to this connection, there is a focus here, especially with this Hierophant card showing up over here and this Ten of Cups. There is a focus on being able to have commitment and have something that is lasting, long term. And I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles showing up over here, this also feels like a desire to be met in those actions or even in those intentions. So I do feel like with this make the effort card showing up over here, this person may also be in a space where they are making effort or they're about to make effort in a way that is significantly impacting your connection. I do feel like with the Six of, with this make the effort card showing up over here, it's like this person also wanting your reciprocity or your assurance in that. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.